Hey everyone, what's going on? Before we start the podcast in proper, I just want to say a huge thanks to everyone who has supported the podcast since it's launched. It's been an overwhelming experience once again, and I'm super grateful for the support I've gotten so far. Thank you, and God bless. Hello everyone, welcome to the fourth episode of the Teen Center podcast. I'm your host Tega once again. I'll be talking to a very good friend of mine. Edmund, how are you doing today?
Oh, Tega, I'm great. I'm actually feeling a little bit under the weather because I've been on medications all throughout last week. So I'm just like I'm recovering. But I'm excited. It's football. I can never be sick of football. So I really want to get this started.
So you've been ill for quite a while now. I hope you're taking the required medication and not just from the from the roadside. Hope you actually saw a doctor run some tests to make sure it's not herpes or something that's wrong with you.
Tega, the Nigerian in me, all those are excessive, except to be fair and to be honest, I did not go to a doctor. I did not run any tests to get. I was feeling a little bit down since on Monday. I was trying to, because I hardly fall sick. You get, so I was trying to see if I will be able to, if my body will be able to heal itself and recover on its own. Monday, Tuesday, by Wednesday, I was feeling a little bit okay. I was like, okay, I'm shaking this off. But by Friday, because I was feeling down again, not down, but I wasn't feeling so good. So I'm like, okay, let me call my doctor, and my mother is my doctor.
I'm sure she just prays for you.
No. She was the overly prayer, but immediately she heard my voice. Before I even told her that I'm not feeling too fine, she was like, "Are you okay? You don't sound okay." And she was like, "Okay, go and take buy some drugs." And I got that on Friday, and I've been feeling great since then. But my voice is a little bit, I don't know, I'm having a little bit of a big cough, my boy. But I'm fine.
Yeah, glad to know you're okay. Mothers are always the best doctors, so glad to know that you are doing fine. Let's move into sports and football in proper. The weekend, there are lots of games over the weekend in every league, but we'll start with arguably like the biggest game of the weekend, which was Manchester City vs Arsenal, which ended 3-1 in favor of Manchester City. Talk us through the game. What did you feel? Because I think you support Arsenal, so what did you feel went wrong, and what do you feel about the game?
Nothing went wrong. It was just Arsenal played a better team. I'm an Arsenal fan, but I knew there was no way we were going to beat Arsenal, not with the kind of defending that we do. Manchester City had lost midweek to Newcastle. We get 2-1 after scoring first in I think his fastest goal in Premier League this season, Aguero, and they came back. Newcastle played a great game, came back to win. So we were facing a wounded Manchester City and a wounded Pep Guardiola. So there was no way. I knew there was no way we were going to win. As a matter of fact, I triple captained Aguero in my FPL to tell you how confident I was that Man City was going to win. You get on the game itself, Man City were just so good. I mean, first half was a little bit balanced because Arsenal got a couple of openings, couple of chances. But in the second half, there was no shot from Arsenal, no offside, no corner, no shot on target, no shot off target on Man City. I doubt they had a touch in Man City's box. That was how commanding Man City were.
Do you mean
Man City were just...
Do you mean Arsenal were playing United ball and that's sparking the ball throughout the second half?
No, they were not.
They could not just come out.
They could not just come out. They had 46.7% possession, but nothing meaningful to do with it because there's a way Man City play the positional play of the game. That when they lose the ball, you can't make any meaningful openings with it. Yeah. They were just very, very brilliant. And from the beginning, from the formation, you could see what Guardiola wanted to do. Jam-pack the midfield. They had Fernandinho, they had Gundogan, they had De Bruyne, they had David David Silva, all packed in the midfield. They even dropped Sane, the winger, to show you that they wanted that midfield dominance. And Arsenal went to the 4-4-2, which is an attacking formation on paper because you have Alexander Lacazette and you have Aubameyang. But there's you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's nobody creating. Ozil's on the bench, Ramsey's on the bench. So who's going to create for them? Iwobi.
Well,
or is it Guendouzi? Or Guendouzi? So it was a wrong personnel selection by Emery, because when you put an attacking team, you need a creator, and there was no creator in the game, and they were overrun in the midfield. No creativity, nothing there. Just the goal they scored was from a set piece.
Yeah,
you get. So Man City were better on the day, much better, well deserved, thorough victory. The second goal was just the peak for me. Scintillating football, beautiful football. It was one of my friends called me immediately the goal went, and I was like, "Guy, I was laughing. It was brilliant for Man City."
Well, talking about tactics per se, because you touched on this, I feel Arsenal players were always getting dragged out of position, and there was always space in behind for Manchester City to always attack. Because I always struggle to pronounce his name. The old guy you guys acquired from Juventus. We have Guendouzi and Morel. They were just always getting caught out of possession with that midfield you talked about, with that passing of the ball, the whole Arsenal midfield line and defense line, especially the left back and the right back, were always being caught out of position. Was kudos to the way Manchester City played. And
kudos to the way Manchester City played. Brilliant. When they were attacking, they pushed. It became like a 3-man defense because Walker tucked in with Otamendi and Laporte. Yeah,
Fernandinho was always. Fernandinho sometimes moved to the defense, then went back to the midfield. So it was masterful from
masterclass from Guardiola.
But
it's
for Ozil, what's happening with Ozil? You guys are down by 2 goals. First, we are down by 2-1. Then Manchester City scored again, which was 3-1. And Ozil is still not coming from the bench. And as in, if Ozil doesn't come from the bench when guys are losing 3-1, so then what is the point of having him as a player for Arsenal?
I think it's very clear to a lot of people that the manager doesn't trust Ozil.
Yeah. And
when you don't have the manager's trust, he can't put you in a game. He didn't play against Bournemouth. You are not going to play against Man City. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he sees Ozil like I always say it on this podcast over time. He sees Ozil like what's the word? There's a word.
Luxury.
Yes, a luxury player. You get.
Yeah.
Ozil is not, and to be fair to him, I don't really blame him because most of the time Ozil has come in.
Yeah.
He's not creating so much chances.
Yeah.
He's not defending. So it's just like you're playing with 10 men. You get, but a good manager should be able to find a way because Ozil is one of the best players now have. You have to find a way to accommodate him in the team and be able to make up for his deficiencies. Because if you look at Man City players, they have good ones. He's a small player. You have David Silva, who is, I'm sure if they should, you get what I'm saying. But
I kind of feel this problem is not Ozil's problem because I feel he has no future at Arsenal as far as Emery remains the manager of Arsenal. He has no future because imagine going to buy Denis Suarez. Why do you need Denis Suarez when you have Ozil? They don't. Two of them.
I talked about that briefly on Twitter. I said I don't see the need for Denis. What's he coming to do? We have Ramsey. We have Denis Suarez, who they are both similar kinds of players. You have Ozil there too. So what exactly does Denis Suarez bring to the team? If they had gone ahead and signed a defender, quality defender, I would have said, okay, yes. But come on, Denis Suarez is very middle. Unai Emery, I don't even know. I have no idea what he's doing.
He's actually spending on he's spending on areas he does not need to spend because he needed a defender because all his senior defenders are kind of injured at the moment. He needed a winger, and he goes ahead and buys Denis Suarez, who plays the same thing Ozil does, and he also said Ramsey. So that's why I said, for me, I don't think Ozil has the future at Arsenal. So one has to go. Either Arsenal keeps on spending over 300,000 on Ozil's salary, or they sack Unai Emery, because one has to go at this point because he's getting lots of money at Arsenal and just sitting at the bench doing nothing. And it's not his fault because he's not trusted by the coach.
He's not trusted by the coach, and to be fair, it's what I'm saying. Unai Emery always has this history of having clashes with big players in teams.
Yes.
Not the kind of clash that Mourinho has where they have a public dispute, because obviously they always have a good match. At PSG, fell out with Rabiot.
Yeah.
None of that big for Morta also, but it is the issue with him. I don't know what exactly he wants that Ozil is not doing. So it's difficult. But at the end of the day, Ozil has to play. He's receiving way too much money to be sitting on the bench. He has too much quality to be sitting on the bench. I can't imagine what a coach like Pep Guardiola would do with Mesut Ozil, man. It's going to be mad because Ozil definitely has the quality. In terms of a final ball, apart from Lionel Messi, I think Ozil comes close on a good day. You get so Ozil on his day, Ozil is one of the best, most creative midfielders in the world. So Emery has to find a way to coming and kind of build him. So Ozil has to. It's far important. He just signed a new contract last season.
Yeah,
high wage, like you said before. So,
okay. Let's move on to another game now, because that Ozil issue, I know it kind of when I start thinking about it, I just feel as if I'm supporting Arsenal when I'm not. It doesn't actually concern me. So let's move on to another game at the moment. Let's talk about Chelsea. Over the midweek, they lost scandalously to Bournemouth 5-0, and they went in the weekend to beat Huddersfield 5-0. So this is my definition of sometimes good, sometimes bad, sometimes shit. They played time in the EFL Cup. They blew away Chelsea and beat them on penalties. They go to Bournemouth and lose 4-0. They come at home to Huddersfield and win 5-0. Why is Chelsea not a consistent team? Because it just surprises me.
Well, I didn't see the Bournemouth game, but I saw the highlights.
Yeah.
Well, I saw the Huddersfield game over the weekend, and they were brilliant. But on Twitter, a lot of people were saying it's just Huddersfield. But man, you have to play it. Hazard was brilliant. Higuain's movement was that of the centre forward Chelsea has been crying for a long time.
Yeah.
His 2 goals were well taken goals. Kante was very good, got 2 assists.
Yeah.
Who again? David Luiz was exceptional.
Awesome.
But against Bournemouth, they were just all over the place. Against that's what, and it's the issue that Sarri is always telling us, that these players are finding it difficult to be motivated.
Yeah.
So it's almost like they decide the day and the game they want to play and the day they want to turn up, is what you are saying. So that inconsistency is what Sarri has got to go back to the dressing room. I heard after the Bournemouth thrashing 4-0, which was thoroughly enjoyed by me, of course. I heard he sent out the other officials, the other members of
he did.
He was with the players for a whole 40, close to an hour, just talking. Only God knows what was said behind those doors. But those kind of meetings are needed, because as a club like Chelsea, you can't go to Bournemouth and lose 4-0. I think that's their heaviest defeat in the Premier League since 19. So you can't go to Bournemouth and lose 4-0. It's unacceptable. It is wrong. It's wrong on so many levels. Yeah,
but in the game against Huddersfield, I think they were fantastic. I saw Higuain's performance, and it just made me really forget about Morata, because you see his goals were well taken. He wasn't falling down unnecessarily. He was challenging defenders, and he scored I think he should actually win goal of the week for the goal he scored against
the second goal. Yeah,
the second goal, which was brilliant. Which was fantastic.
It seems to be.
I feel it's nice to have a good striker now.
True. It seems to be having a good partnership on that day on the game.
Yeah.
It seems to be having a great partnership with Hazard. You get a little bit of link-up plays, a couple of balls here and the ball.
Yeah.
But then again, Huddersfield have been very poor this season. They've got only two wins all season. I watched the game and I felt my secondary school team will definitely beat this Huddersfield team. and when it was just 2-0, I was tweeting. I don't know if you saw my tweet. I said, on a good day, the times of them Lampard, them Drogba, them Anelka, them Maluda, this game will be up to 7 or 8. You get, and in the second half, Chelsea just turned it up a notch a little bit, and it was brilliant because Huddersfield were poor, very, very poor. No headway, no attacking play. Yeah,
as a Chelsea fan myself, I feel it was nice to finally see, and I think I will be speaking for most Chelsea fans. It's nice to finally see Chelsea score goals, because you watch Chelsea's game and you just see them sluggishly pass the ball. They get to the final third and they are just passing the ball very sluggishly. But at this time, they're able to make quick passes and able to get 5 goals. And I think it was just from a Chelsea being point, it was a very fantastic performance to score 5 goals.
It was
finally turned the corner. Do you think now they can start getting more positive results and they will not be getting, do you think now that they've moved forward and they won't be getting those kind of performances they had against Bournemouth? Or do you think it will always reoccur once in a while?
It's difficult to say, Tega. It's very difficult to say, because now you've won Bournemouth and you're saying you've turned the corner. I don't think we should start saying that. You are playing Man City over at the weekend, away from home. You are going to the Etihad. So I would keep my assessment on after that game. I think after Man City, I think you guys have Tottenham. I think
so. I do hope they've turned the corner. But as I said, against Manchester City, we shall say, I feel Chelsea players are not very, when it comes to facing the bigger teams, it doesn't take. It's not always an issue. I think, but I think it's
not always an issue. But you guys were terrible against Arsenal.
It's not always an issue. That's one in a. I do get that, but facing the bigger teams for Chelsea, it's just the smaller teams that always give them problems. All right, okay. So moving over to Manchester United. I mean, over the weekend, they won an away game against Leicester City, and 1 goal to 0, with Rashford scoring the very important goal. What do you feel about Manchester United's game in general?
I thought they were very good. They were very good defensively, especially Bailey and Lindelof were very good. De Gea too made some couple of great saves. The free kick was absolutely. I was like, wow. Every game week, this guy leaves us with saves that just blows your mind. But Pogba has been very good since Ole took over. What's his name? Rashford is finally becoming. Finally becoming the center forward that so on that and how they did. It was in the running one time for Golden Ball, and a lot of Manchester United fans like to compare him with Mbappe, but he's not yet at Mbappe's level, obviously, but he's not far from that, because the goal was brilliant. I watched the goal again today. I was watching the highlights, and the moment that Leicester player made the wrong pass that took the ball to win, started making his run. You could see that he didn't even look at the post. He didn't, and the first touch was brilliant, obviously. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper or the post once. That's the striker that is playing with confidence. 6 goals in his last 8 games. All away matches that since Ole took over. So it's brilliant. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for Pogba. But now they've left 6th position finally. We're not allowed to on. It's brilliant, but they have a couple of key fixtures coming next. They have PSG after Fulham this week, they have PSG in Champions League this week. They have Chelsea in the FA Cup, then they have Liverpool in the League Cup consecutively. So I think we'll be able to see how their season is going to end by the time we're done with those fixtures. But for now, they are doing very well, very, very well.
I feel Rashford also, he talked about Rashford. I feel he justified him starting over Lukaku. I mean, the people are saying, okay, Lukaku should be starting. They should be like implementing Lukaku into the starting lineup now, since they have the PSG game coming over the weekend. They should rest Rashford and play Lukaku. But Rashford once again shows he deserves to start every game because he scored the goal. And obviously, I think in the first half he missed before he scored that.
He had a
similar chance which he missed. And I think this is the Rashford of the former time. If it was under Mourinho, and you can remember under Mourinho, Rashford would miss one opportunity and he would just keep on going. He had this kind of Morata. I'll compare his mentality to Morata in the sense that he misses one chance and his body frame just drops and he doesn't have that confidence again. But under Solskjaer, he misses one chance and you know that he still has the confidence to score. He got the second chance immediately and he still took his chances. So I feel he has that kind of confidence.
I think that confidence is coming from knowing the kind of manager that you have. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's good. It's good for him. It's good for me. I don't really like the kind of player that Lukaku is as a centre forward. So if I'm a manager, every time when I play my PlayStation and I use my United University to play, I always start Rashford. I prefer starting Rashford to Lukaku. So I cannot understand why people. Anyway, it depends on. I can understand them saying you should get rested ahead of the PSG. Yeah. That would make sense, and they have Fulham away from home at the weekend. So I think that would be a perfect opportunity for Lukaku to start. But Rashford obviously has to be the first choice centre forward.
Exactly. I think just to round up that game, I think Leicester City did not play badly in the sense that they were not. Leicester City's game, they were not poor, but they were just unlucky.
No, they were not poor. They had after Manchester United scored. I don't think they had a very clear-cut chance. I think Lukaku had a shot. Apart from that, it was all Leicester City. They played very well, and they did that too against Liverpool midweek, where they came from behind to snatch a draw at Anfield, and they could have almost won it because they were very, very good, very, very good. So Leicester City, we all know what to expect from them. Vardy, Maguire, and the rest. So good game from them. They were just unlucky not to score. And of course, when you have David De Gea, the best goalkeeper in the world, as a opposition, is difficult.
For Tottenham, they were able to beat Newcastle 1-0 without Harry Kane, because Harry Kane is still out injured. What do you think about Tottenham? Do you think it will be a 3-horse race come the end of the season? Because we keep on saying, and we always say during the podcast, that we only have Manchester City and Liverpool. We only have Manchester City and Liverpool. But are we discounting Tottenham? Because gradually now, at the moment of recording this podcast, Liverpool are still playing 1-1 with West Ham. So do you think if Liverpool keep dropping points and let's say lose one more game and Tottenham can just find a way to struggle and win games and have Harry Kane back, do you think it will be a 3-horse race come the end of the season? Or do you think Tottenham will eventually drop down and it will be another, we put pressure on them season for Tottenham?
I'll say this and I'll say this once. I think we all know what to expect from Tottenham. They always bottle it. They are the biggest bottling companies and to be fair, it's not just they are a very good team. No doubt, they are a very good team. Pochettino has done a tremendous job, and you can see to show you that they are a very good team. They are playing without Harry Kane, their best player, and Dele Alli, one of their best players, and they are still winning games. Yeah. It was a struggle against Fulham midweek, but they managed to. I think Son got the win at 9 minutes too.
Against Newcastle, then Son against Newcastle.
Okay, then Son again. So they will just be in and about that top 2, top 3, but I don't think they are genuine because you saw their game against Chelsea at the Carabao Cup. Yeah. Chelsea. That's going to be the issue when it comes to time to play the big boys. Yeah. The likes of Man City, the likes of Man United. They lost to Man United. The likes of Chelsea, the likes of Liverpool, the likes of even Arsenal as shitty as Arsenal used to be. Arsenal beat them 4-2.
Yeah.
So I think that's always their issue. But beating the small teams is not a big problem for them. And I think the fact that they are unable to beat the big teams, that's going to be their issue. So I don't see them as being a 3 horse race. No.
So in the La Liga over the weekend, we'll start with Barcelona. We had
Barcelona.
It 2-2 draw with Valencia, with Messi coming to the rescue again. I mean, without Messi, what happens to Barcelona at this point?
Without Messi, what happens to Barcelona? Guy, I can't answer that question. It was a very, very funny fixture because they went 2 goals down.
Yeah.
Guamero, I think that's all has pronounced. Guamero scored a first goal, which came from a foul. I think which was a foul on Messi, but the referee did not call it, which all makes me want to question the VAR because apart from goals and offside and red cards and yellow card, why not use the VAR for little fouls like that? Because that in a way has affected the game. Because if you blow a foul for Messi there, he's playing a free kick, which is most likely going to score, and it's a completely different ball game. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
But notwithstanding, Valencia they were great. They scored the goal and they got a penalty after not too long after they scored, and then Barcelona were up against it after their midweek exertion against Villa, where I told you guys that they were going to win. They came back from 2 goals down to a resounding 6-1 victory in the Copa del Rey with Messi, Coutinho, Suarez, all of them scoring. Even Roberto got a goal. You get Silesian and saved the penalty. So that's expanded in mid-off that affected their performance. We had Busquets out from suspension. When Busquets doesn't play, it shows a lot in our game. You understand? So kudos to Messi. I mean, without him, where would we be? Without him, where would Barcelona be? So he scored a penalty and a second a fine shot from outside the team, which was brilliant. So at the end of the day, it wasn't a bad result because Atletico lost. So from 5 points gap, we are now leading with 6 points. Even though Real Madrid came on to win their game later, but I don't really count them as being in the title race.
No, but I feel Real Madrid, talking about Real Madrid now, because they won 3-0. And then
I saw the game.
Real Madrid at the moment in a very, very, very good form. Counting them out of the title race, I don't think I would advise that for now, because it just depends on how, we didn't expect Barcelona to drop points against Valencia. It just depends on what happens, because if Real Madrid keep on this, because Real Madrid is the period where Real Madrid is always on a good form. The Champions League is coming up. They're always they will start winning games. They want to retain that Champions League trophy again. This is where they will be in a good form. They have played Barcelona next in the Copa del Rey, and they're in a good form. If they can beat Barca, let's say they are able to beat Barcelona in the midweek in the El-Clasico, they now have this psychological advantage.
They will not be able to beat Barcelona in the El-Clasico at the Camp Nou. They will not be able to take it. I can tell you that confidently. But then again, yes, they are playing well. They are keeping clean sheets now.
Yeah.
They are defending better. Benzema is in the form of his life.
Yeah.
But 8 points lead in La Liga, it's impossible to submit. It's impossible to overturn. 8 points plus, they don't use a goal difference in La Liga. They use head to head. They've already lost. They've lost head to head against Barcelona 5-1 already first. So even if they win their next game, they're not going to win it by 4-0. Even if they win the next El-Clasico in the league by 4-0, they're not going to win by 4-0. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's literally almost like 11 points because you're already losing to Barcelona head to head. And I don't just see them getting back. They can come close. Maybe they may cut it maybe 6-5, but to overturn and over, I don't see it. I don't see it happening.
Since we're on Real Madrid, I mean, as I said earlier, Benzema is on a very good form. But one thing I do not understand about Real Madrid and their fans is that Gareth Bale came into the game in the second half, and as he was entering the game, he got booed again by Real Madrid fans. I don't know why it keeps happening. Why do they always attack? For me, I feel they always attack Gareth Bale. I don't understand why it keeps being booed. Is it because he's not Spanish? Or is it because he's from Britain? Or is it because he gets injured? Or is it because I don't understand? Because I know Ronaldo also got booed when he was at Real Madrid occasionally.
Thank you very much. First of all,
Bale's own keeps happening.
He
doesn't get a break.
First of all, those Real Madrid supporters, they boo anybody. They booed Zidane when he played, and we're talking about one of the greatest footballers ever.
Yeah.
They booed Cristiano Ronaldo, a player that has more goals than games played for them.
Yeah.
So you can imagine their frustration with Bale. He's always not fit. He's always injured, and when he plays, he's so inconsistent. The guy has 6 goals in La Liga this season. Before, his excuse was Ronaldo was the one holding him back.
Yes.
Ronaldo was the one holding him back. Ronaldo is not there again to hold you back, but you are not performing. We can see now Benzema. Benzema is playing well. He's free. He doesn't have to be at the edge of the box and want to look for Ronaldo to score. He can score goals by himself now. But Bale, come on, you get, and when you are paying it, when you it was one time the highest, most expensive player in the world, and you are paying so much money for a player of that of the kind of quality and code that you think you have. It's frustrating. So I can understand their frustration. Even myself, I'll be frustrated because he has not just lived up to expectations at Real Madrid. Most of the times his forms are always up and down. He can have a good game, have 2 good games, and before you know he's injured. By the time he come back, he's trying to recover. So it's frustrating. And as a professional, you have to take care of yourself. Bale has to do so much better. Bulls are justified. Bulls are very justified.
To Bale's defense, I feel he always gets pulled no matter what he does. In the Champions League final, he scored the fantastic overhead kick. I mean, he came to the match and changed the game. Scored to brilliant.
Good for him. Good for them. He has
keep doing him. I feel he's drunk. I feel he's just so wrong. They should give him a break.
So because he scored a overhead kick in the Champions League final, he should not be booed when he's not performing. I
just feel he should be given a break.
Guys, see, if Ronaldo can be booed and Zidane can be booed, then Bale is a nobody. He should deal with it.
Okay, if you say so, but I do not agree with that opinion. I feel he should be given a break. Even if he gets booed, he should be allowed, not just when he enters the game and he just enters the game and they start booing him. He hasn't touched the ball, for crying out loud. He hasn't even had his first touch into the game and they just start booing him. It's not right. We just talked about Ronaldo getting booed. I mean, what's happening at Juventus? They were knocked out of the Coppa Italia, a tournament where they are always dominating. They were knocked out embarrassingly by Atalanta, and over the weekend now they squandered a 2 goals lead to draw 3-3 with Parma. I mean, they've not been playing. Let's just call it a spade a spade. Juventus has not been playing well, and Ronaldo has always been coming to their rescue. The whole team has not been playing as a whole. But now that they are it's now evident because it wasn't evident in their results. They were still grinding out wins, 2-1 wins, 1-0 wins. Now it's no longer evident in their results. Now they're out of the Coppa Italia. They are now drawing games to Parma. I mean, what's happening over here at Juventus?
Well, I can't really say, but they are not playing very well. Like you said, they were trashed, a 3-0 thumping in the cup, dumped out of the competition, and then
I know that game against Parma.
The game against Parma was because I was watching the game. I watched the first half. By the first half, Ronaldo got a goal just towards the end. Parma, I was looking at Parma and thinking, these guys will get whitewashed. They will be spanked today. So I changed the channel. Yeah. But when I came back after some time, it was 3-1. I was like, this game is over. But then, the next thing you know, Gervinho scored in I think something.
I mean, the strength of this footballer, Gervinho.
you could just, if you watch again, you would know that. To be fair to Juventus, though, they changed their goalkeeper. They changed a couple of personnel at the back, but the issue is they are not creating. They are not controlling the game enough. Yeah. They're not controlling that, and that's the fault of the midfielders. I don't know what's happening there, but they are not controlling the game enough. They don't have good game management, which is very, very sad at this point in time for them because they are going to face Atletico. They are going to face Simeone and his Viking Warriors. Yeah. And the Champions League is the competition that they desperately want to win. So they have to get their shit together before that crucial time. I think it's next week. So
yeah, because their whole defense line. Yeah, Bonucci is out, Chiellini is out. They had to play Gani, who barely plays a match, and they had to make a last minute emergency. They had to buy Martin Kakares as an emergency option at the defense. I mean, if they are going to play Atletico Madrid, that defense, they need a miracle at their defensive line, honestly.
Or they need their medical team to perform a miracle and bring those experienced PhD holders of defending.
Yeah.
That's the only way they are going to succeed.
Inter Milan, what's happening at Inter Milan? Another struggling team. They've lost 3 matches consecutively, also out of the Coppa Italia. Their manager, Spalletti, has been under pressure for quite a while now. What's happening to Inter Milan? Because it's just...
They are not scoring enough goals. That's the problem. They can't seem to score.
But they have Icardi.
They have Icardi, but these games that they've lost, Icardi hasn't been able to get a goal.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So they need to start creating better chances and finishing them. I think the Liverpool game is over now, 1-1. So that's more points dropped for Liverpool.
I mean, they are bottling it, but we'll talk about them at the end. Let's just finish with Inter Milan.
Yeah, so the problem with Inter Milan is not enough goals. They need to find a way to start scoring. There are reports saying that Spalletti may be sacked, but I don't think that's the best solution.
Best option.
I don't think that's the best option because you won't get too many top quality managers available at this point in time. So there was a point where Champions League qualification looked like a sure certainty, but right now it's shaky. They are already being dragged in the mix of a top 4 battle, so they have to just get their act together and go back to the basics.
Okay, thinking about struggling teams now, PSG finally lost. There's no unbeaten season for them this year to Lyon, 2-1. Because we always talk about the Ligue 1 being a very easy league for them to just they can stroll and win the league easily. And I'm sure even them losing to Lyon doesn't change the fact that they've won the Ligue 1 already. So they're going to play Manchester United very soon. And we saw Solskjaer in the stadium.
A rejuvenated Manchester United.
Yeah, to go watch PSG, and I think he'll be very happy seeing PSG finally lose. Do you feel when it comes to the midweek when they need to play Manchester United, do you feel they will be able to turn it up? Because now they've lost a game, their confidence might be down. When they play Manchester United, do you feel they'll be able to turn up when they play them?
It's going to be difficult, and that game is, as a football fan, is very difficult to call because when the draw was made in December, everybody saw it and said, okay, Manchester United and PSG have a 70% chance of qualifying. Manchester United have 3. That was under Mourinho. But now, as with Neymar's injury, the change in manager at Manchester United, their current form, it's a 50-50 game, and you cannot really say because I saw on Twitter somebody saying something like Ole looks like a reincarnated Zinedine Zidane, who may just go on to win the Champions League. We don't know that yet, but it's a possibility and it can happen because they are playing so well and they can go on to beat PSG. You get and the game in which they lost to Lyon, I think I've said it a couple of times on this podcast. I think Lyon are the only team in Ligue 1 that can actually challenge PSG. But the issue is them not being consistent enough over a 38 league season, 38 league games to go on and win this title. But on the one-on-one game, they can, and they've gone on to beat PSG. But it doesn't change the facts about PSG. They have a comfortable lead at the top of League 1. They are playing well. Yeah. They didn't play poorly. I didn't see the game, but I think I watched the highlight. They didn't play. They had a couple of chances. They didn't play poorly. So they just have to get it right because if they go on and lose to Manchester United again and eliminated in the round of 16 Champions League, it's going to be a disaster, another disaster class. And
because I think that's why they sacked tonight. It wasn't performing for them, and they brought in Tuchel from Dortmund. So I do hope they can get to the next round and not lose Manchester United for their own sake.
True. I can't wait. I can't wait for the Champions League episode on this podcast. I would love to see who you tip go through. We'll
get to that over the weekend.
All right.
Let's give a quick shout out to Monaco. They finally won again. So let's just say, hi Monaco. Finally, it's a big deal for Monaco to finally win again. So a quick shout out to Monaco and Fabregas for helping them get 3 points. I mean, the celebration was overwhelming. I just want to give them a 5-second shout out. Let's talk about Bayern Munich quickly. They lost over the weekend to Leverkusen. I mean, that was a very shocking one. I saw they took the lead and I was sure they were going to win the game. And they lost at the end of the day. They lost 3-1 to Leverkusen. And they've now slipped a further 7. They're now 7 points behind Dortmund because Dortmund also drew to Frankfurt 1-1, meaning Dortmund could not take a more
full advantage. Full
advantage of that loss. So, do you think Bayern Munich can catch up with Dortmund, or is this finally Dortmund's year again to win the league?
It's looking like it's going to be Dortmund's year because Bayern Munich are overly inconsistent.
Yeah.
When anytime it looks like they are going to pick form and going to win a couple of games and just get back in it, a loss comes. And they are going to face Liverpool in the Champions League. Let's leave the Champions League talk. But in terms of they are overly, like we said, they blow hot and they blow cold. 1 week they are very good. The next week they are mediocre. 1 week they are very good. Next week, so and Dortmund are looking very, very nice at the moment. So it's looking like it's going to be Dortmund. I want it to be Dortmund's here. I mean, Bayern Munich won the last 7 Bundesliga. So we like it, an underdog story.
So let's now talk about because he talked about it a bit. Let's talk about Liverpool. I mean, they've bottled another match, so they are now 3 points. Manchester United and Manchester City are now 3 points adrift to Liverpool. What's happening at Liverpool? Do you think do you think they can win the league?
I've said it a couple of times and times.
I'm trying to make you change your opinion. I'm trying to.
My opinion is not going to change, Tega, and I'm being proved right every week as time is going. Because see, Tottenham, Newcastle beat Man City, yeah.
Yes.
And I think Liverpool knew that.
Yes.
Because they played 24 hours later. So you can see that the pressure obviously is getting to them because they know they have to win. You have a chance to go 7 points ahead of opponents, and then you go at home. You are playing this. You have to win, man. But then you could see if you watch the game, you could see that a little bit of they didn't know what to do. Whether it was down to Leicester City playing very, very well, because Leicester City could have as well gone on to win the game. So that's what we're saying, that the pressure is starting to get to them little by little.
Their manager at the end of
because they don't.
Their manager at the end of the game was blaming the snow against Leicester. He was blaming the snow, blaming the wind, blaming the unseen things. I mean, if they had the cards, there was a card at the this weekend. If they had the cards at Liverpool Stadium when they played Leicester City, I knew Klopp would have blamed the cards for them dropping points. I mean, I don't understand.
Obviously, Klopp seems to blame literally everything but himself and his players. Good for him. That one's nobody's business. But the thing is that, like I said before, they don't have that experience here. Experience is always very, very key when you do. The only Premier League winner they have in their team won it at Man City. That is James Milner.
Yes.
So nobody to tell them, okay, this is how we are going. And Klopp himself he has lost the last 4 league finals he has played in. Or lost the last 4 finals he has played in. The last time he won the title was with Dortmund many, many years ago. So and now they are 3 points. They had a 4-point lead. They have cut down to 3 points now.
Yeah.
And they have not played Manchester United away. They have to welcome Tottenham at home.
Yeah.
Which other big team is remaining?
I don't think they played Chelsea.
Oh, Chelsea. They have to play Chelsea at home.
Yeah.
So those are three big games that will decide. You get. Apart from the other small games like this one that they are expected to win again, I knew they were not going to win West Ham. So, I don't see Liverpool winning. I don't see them winning. The pressure is just too much, and they will just bottle it like Spurs.
For Nigeria, let's talk about Nigeria for just a while. The Under-20 Nations Cup is on, and Nigeria won their first game 2-0 against Burundi. This is a tournament, Under-20 tournament. We did not qualify in the last edition, but anytime we qualify, we are always getting to the final, winning the competition. We started the competition well this year, beating Burundi 2-0. Do you think they can just go on to win the tournament?
Oh, definitely. Nigeria at the Under-20 level, at any level apart from the main national team level, are always very good. Yes, yes. Yes, they are always very good. But I'm saying the truth. Nigeria at any other level apart from the real.
Yeah, so what are you? So are you saying they are cheating at the Under-20 and Under-17 level?
I haven't said that. I think there are a lot of measures now put in place to ensure that the ages of the players you get a lot of MRI tests being done that you get. So that's not the issue. My issue is what happens to this set of players after they've won their World Cup. You get. Yeah. Many years ago, I remember I watched this was a championship I watched very well. The year Messi broke out. Yes. I think Aguero broke out. So
that was it. We also had Bouquet, we had Mikel. So let's just hope that this Under-20 Nations Cup, they can just win for the country. I mean, because the Nations Cup, the main Nations Cup will be starting later this year. So let's hope these junior boys win this, then can also boost the senior team to win the main Nations Cup come the end of the season when they start it. Emiliano Sala, his plane has finally been found. I mean, it's a sad one. They said they found a body in the plane. From the video wreckage, they were able to record. They found a body. It's just a sad ending. So a player who finally made his dream move to Cardiff City and was ready to play in the Premier League. What are your thoughts on his on this sad situation?
Guy, this whole story is a sad story because it's just surprising and shocking. You get when I heard the news that it says a plane disappeared, I was like, how does the plane disappear? You get, and then I was talking about it with one of my friends. I was like, that guy is gone. Say, because they say at a point he was on texting some of his teammates that he doesn't feel safe. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just a sad thing for himself, for the whole of football and his family most especially. You get his family.
I do hope. I do hope he at least his body can be found, so they can do a proper burial for him, and so just everything goes on well with the burial. The family can finally have closure. It's just important for the football world, especially also, and his family, most especially his family. That's what I think about that situation. Okay, so for the El-Clasico now, when in extra time for the El-Clasico, what do you think is going to happen? Because I'm kind of betting towards Real Madrid, at least not losing the game. What do you think?
The last time they played without Lionel Messi, it ended 5-1. You get, so I don't see it ending any other way different. Obviously, it may not get as. It may not be a thumping because it's going to be a little bit more competitive now because Real Madrid are in good form. Yeah, but it's still going to end up as a Barcelona victory. I don't see there's no two ways about it. Barcelona have the antidotes. They have the antidote for Real Madrid in knockout competitions.
So I think
over this past 3 years that Real Madrid have been winning the Champions League, it's just unfortunate that they've not had to face Barcelona anytime, because I think Barcelona were literally the only ones in that period that would have been able to stop them. So with this coming one, Barcelona will scale through, no doubt in my mind.
I think Barcelona at home, right? for the first leg.
Yeah, Barcelona at home.
I'll go with a 2-2 draw for the match.
I don't see that.
I'll go with the 2-2 draw.
But good time. Real Madrid, they have the Madrid derby by the weekend. They are playing Atletico, going to the so it's going to be an interesting time ahead.
Briefly talking about Atletico Madrid, I heard Morata is at Atletico Madrid and bad things are beginning to happen. They were in a game of beating run and finally
Morata came.
Yeah, Morata in and things are not going down well with the team.
It's just unfortunate because I heard they've not lost since October.
Yeah.
Before they lost to Real Betis over the weekend, and doing that after knowing that Barcelona had dropped point, they had the opportunity to close it down to 3 points.
Yeah.
But they flopped their lines. So quite unfortunate. I thought Griezmann hit the bar. Morata had a chance, he missed it. So I beg, we can't just blame it all on Morata, Jerry.
Over the weekend we'll have a Champions League episode that will just mainly talk about the upcoming Champions League games for
fixtures. I can't wait for that. I want to see. I think
we should have Williams on the show there, so you kind of bring his own spice.
Williams is always very good with predictions, so I can't wait for it.
I think when you predict, I'll be making sure I'm writing the scores down so I can post it on my betting ticket for this week. I don't normally I'm going to make sure when he does all that, I'm writing his scores and his predictions. So I think that's what every listener should also do.
Very important.
Are you a pet guy? Do you like dogs, cats?
I don't like animals. See, Tega, I don't like animals. The only animal I can tolerate is a dog, and the dog has to be my dog. I don't tolerate my father's dog. I don't tolerate my neighbor's dog. I don't like them coming close to me or touching me. I hate all of them die. But
so if you had the cat that entered the Premier League stadium this over the weekend, you will definitely be running.
No, if you are my friend, if you are my friend, I can't visit you if you keep cat as a pet. I can't stay in your place. I can't even come to your place. That's how. In fact, cats are the worst. I hate cats.
I don't like dogs. I don't like dogs because I've had very, very scary experiences with them. I've had them literally pursue me for like 200 meters. I was embarrassing myself on the road running because of dogs pursuing me. So anything that comes to pets, I do not even think about it.
No, dogs are tolerable. They are not violent. They are not but I don't just like them coming close to me. Okay, well, maybe when I'm finally ready, when I have my family, I can get a small white dog that doesn't grow big. No, I don't like the ones that are very big and be like,
Edmund, thank you for coming on the show once again.
Thank you. Shout out to tomorrow is Ronaldo's birthday.
All right, Edmund, thank you for coming on the show. I'll talk to you about the weekend with Williams and we'll dissect everything on the Champions League.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. It's always nice talking sports with you.
Thank you, Edmund. I also enjoy my time talking with you. Do take care of yourself. And for your sickness, make sure you see a proper doctor after taking your full medication. You go see a proper doctor to run some tests on you because it might not just be malaria, it might be something else.
All right, Dr. Tega, I hear you.
All right, bro. Take care.
All right, thank you.
And there you have it, guys. The fourth episode of the VN Center podcast concluded. I had a very fun chat once again with Edmund, and we spoke about various topics that happened throughout the week in the world of football. You can follow the show on Twitter at ViewCenterPod, and you can follow the host also on Twitter at #Tega. Thank you, and I'll speak to you guys on the special Champions League episode. Take care. Enjoy.